What is up, gamers? Welcome back to Game Brigade. My name is Brian. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for joining me. Today, we are going to be talking about a new indie game called West Story for the Should You Back series. This is a game that's currently on GameFound. It is a Western themed game. I'm trying to get the theme pulled up over here, and I thought it'd be pretty cool. I checked this out and I was like, this game's pretty interesting. I like what they've got going on in terms of the theme and what's happening here, so I want to talk about it here with you guys on the channel. So West Story, a town building game. I hope I said that right at the beginning of the game. I keep saying in my head West Side Story for some reason. Obviously you know why, but yeah, so West Story, a town building game. So first off, let's go down to here the how to play section and talk about this game, because I really enjoy what I've seen here for sort of like a tableau builder, resource allocation, and kind of got some luck in there with some dice rolling, which is kind of fun. They also have the rule book available if you want to check that out. So first off, we are going to be dealing with a tableau building system. Now the tableau building is interesting because the cards that you purchase you're going to be placing here into your town. Now I wish I could pause this because actually right here is better. When you purchase these cards, you're going to be placing them into these different locations, and these cards have a little symbol on them, as you can kind of see here, this blue feather, this horseshoe, and those are kind of indicators of when you roll the dice. Where are they rolling some dice? They don't show you rolling the dice anywhere, right? So when you roll these dice, they're going to have two colors. One is going to reference the top row of your town, and the second one's going to reference the bottom row. One player, whoever's the dice roller, first player, is going to roll the dice, and everyone's going to have to follow suit with what those, well, I shouldn't say follow suit because you've trick taking, but everyone's going to have to follow in line with those same numbers. And so what you're going to do is, based on the number here, you're going to go on your track and place a token in the same row. So you see this 3 here, you're going to place it here, and then you're going to collect the resources of that item. Now, if you have a matching symbol, you can also place it into your other row, which is kind of cool. So you want to kind of strategically plan, like, okay, kind of roulette almost, like, is it going to hit 5 and 3? Maybe I should place my stuff like that. That way you can optimize your things. I think that's an interesting gameplay mechanic. You don't quite see that very often, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then here you have in the middle of the board is kind of like the scoring track, as well as these regions that have other towns that you can visit and trade with to get victory points. This is almost like a point salad game, and there's points going everywhere. You're going to get so many points. Choosing what type of activity you want to do to get the game, the victory points. I like that. I like having the autonomy to choose what I want to do to win the game. But when you go to these locations, there's also bad guys that you can deal with. There's these bandits, and either you're going to have to pay them a, like a ransom, like a, kind of a toll, so that you can keep moving on, or you can give them resources and they'll actually join you. So you have two options. You can pay them their money, which they're flipping over to show you how much that money that is, or you can pay the rewards in terms of resources and bring them back to your town, and you collect any money that they've gathered from other players, which is kind of a cool mechanic. So that's roughly the scope and idea of the game. I really like what I've seen here. I would highly recommend checking out some of these previews and reviews from other creators to get a really good understanding of personal opinions of people who've played this game. I haven't played this game. I can give you my impressions of based what I've seen, which I like. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rewards. Now there's one thing that kind of stinks. There's an early bird that's obviously not active anymore, so you have to be aware of that when you're looking at this. Basically, the early bird, you had to get the all-in pledge, so that did require you to buy the everything, but it did give you the Pioneers expansion for free. You can still get the Pioneers expansion. It just is unfortunately not going to be free, but you're actually going to pay a little bit less, I think, than with this all-in. So if you didn't want all the other stuff, yeah, you can go with that. Okay, so what do we have here? We do have the all-in. The all-in is 83 euros, and they are listing it at 102. So there's about a 20% discount there, and it includes the base game, the Pioneers expansion, which we'll talk about. You get some metal coins replacing those cardboard ones, and then you have these dice tray and token holders. Obviously, this has got some dice rolling, so it's going to be beneficial to have some sort of dice tray if you don't have one already. What I love about these dice trays is that they are like panning for gold. I think that was totally thematic and cute. I love that. Otherwise, you can get the base game here for 30 euros. I think that's a really, really solid price for this solid game that I'm looking at. I almost like am so programmed to see games like this in the $45 to $60 range. So seeing the availability of getting this at 30 euros is actually kind of a bonus. And if you're pledging on the Game Found here, you're going to be getting those Game Found exclusives, which are found down in the stretch goals or, you know, any other things that they might be including in this. So that's kind of cool to check out as well. So you can always click on this. Sometimes publishers will list what's exclusive, like the badge. They'll say Game Found exclusive and whatnot. Let's go to the add-ons though, because let's say you want to get the expansion. The expansion is going to be adding some additional cards. You can see 50 cards being added. It's going to be adding some new buildings and characters, animals for you to get for your town. You're also going to get some special cards here that have this gold symbol that are kind of special triggers. Autonoma cards, so if you want to play solo, you can have a player be in an AI drone effectively to get you that play. And they're also going to be giving some asymmetry, which is cool. I always like asymmetry. So you can have a different start, because right now everyone starts with the same town and you're kind of building up off of there. This gives you some asymmetry. So that's what the expansion pack here provides for 20 euros. The upgrade for 17 or 20 for those tokens and the dice trays. They also have some of their other products. If you are a person who's a fan of these kind of indie games, you might want to check them out. I heard great things about this Candy Hunters, but we're not going to be diving into this game on this video, but I've heard some good things about this one. It looks pretty cute too. I love these spooky ghosts down here. I thought that was super cool. So the one thing I want to talk about, the final thing here, is the shipping prices. They do have a note about VAT. That VAT is not included, neither are sales taxes or anything like that. So any applicable VAT taxes will be applied in the Pledge Manager, so be aware of that. And here are the shipping values that they currently have. I wish these were a little lower for US backers for the size of the game. They do say in the comment section that they're working with their fulfilling partner to see if they can get that adjusted. But the other issue is that this is not going to have any sort of availability as of right now for retail sales. They don't have a partner for retail for US. So they don't have a distributor or whatever. So if this is a game that you're interested in, if this is a theme or a story that doesn't really, like, you don't have this in your collection, I think this is a cool looking game. I enjoy it. It looks more like a light to medium light gameplay heaviness for a collection's sake, and I would think that the gameplay would probably take about an hour and a half based on the videos that I've watched. So it kind of fits in that really good medium weight time slot that I'm usually looking for when I'm buying a game like this. Sometimes some of these tableau builders can get a little bit much in terms of like the scope that they last on their table. You know, like Terraforming Mars, it's a really cool tableau builder, can sometimes take like 3 hours. It's just like, this takes a long time to do what I'm doing. So getting something in half that time, where you could even play 2 games in the same time frame, is always enjoyable. So that's my take here on West Story from Flamingo Games. I am really really impressed here with what I've seen. I think the game looks good. I think the shipping's a little bit high for me, but I'm hoping to see some news in the updates or the pledges or the comment section regarding that. But then alternatively, the price is also really good. Like 30 euros is not that bad for the amount of content you're getting. So you're almost like, yeah, you could add 45, make it $15 more expensive, like in terms of your brain. If you have to do this kind of math, make the game $45 with $15 shipping. Now you're thinking like, oh, that's more like applicable, like that's easier to get to. It's all coming out to the same costs. So maybe that's just me just rambling here. But I do think 30 euros is a great price for this pre-purchase price. And then again, when they sell this game at conventions and whatnot, like Spiel and whatnot, they're going to be pricing it at that higher price, so 20% higher than what we're seeing right now. At least that's what they're telling us here on the campaign page for the reasons to back it now. So that's my take on this one. I liked what I've seen here. I want to know what you guys think. This is a game that has hit your table in terms of your interest levels. What are you guys thinking? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching as always. My name is Brian, and I will talk to you very soon.